What up YouTube? How are we feeling today? Hope you're doing great, hope you're doing fantastic, and today we're gonna talk about the expertise system, the new system coming to the Division 2 with the update TU15, and of course the new content drop. We have been trying this new system out on the week 1 of the PTS, and I wanna give you my feedback and of course explain on how this whole system works, and of course how many materials you need to upgrade everything. And that's a bit of a shocker, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna just have it in segments for you, explaining everything, and then of course talking about all the materials that we need. Hopefully you will enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new here, and of course like the video if you learned something about this video. Helps me out tremendously, and of course getting me in that YouTube algorithm. But enough said, enough done for the intro. Let's dive right into what this new expertise system holds for us. So let's start with the basics. What is the new expertise system? The new expertise system allows you to further upgrade your weapons, gear, skills, brand sets, and gear sets. Before you can upgrade, you need to be proficient with the item that you want to upgrade. This means you need to upgrade an item to a max level of 10. And this can be done by getting kill XP, donate the same item, or donating materials. Kill XP is pretty straightforward, as you need to use a preferred item while you play the game. The more you kill in the game, the more XP your item will get. Donating items to upgrade is a very good way to level up as well. You just need to donate the same brand set, gear set, or weapon to upgrade your preferred item. And then we have materials. When donating materials, you can see the percentage of XP your preferred item gets. It's not very visible as my PTS name is blocking some information, but when donating base materials, it will give you 10% XP for 400 pieces. So for 4,000 pieces, a full 100% or 1 level of proficiency. For common items, that will be 200 pieces for 10%, so 2000 pieces for 100%. For uncommon materials, it will set you back 150 pieces for 10%, or of course 1500 for a full 100. And at last, for rare items, you need 30 pieces for 10%, or 300 for 100%. But I wouldn't recommend upgrading with materials. Yes, they are pretty easy to come by, but are also used to upgrade your preferred item when getting proficient. And of course many other things within the game, like optimization and or recalibration of your items. When you get proficient with an item, and let's take the Walker and Harris brand set as an example, you need to donate a certain amount of materials to upgrade them further. As you can see in the right corner, we will get 1% total armor extra by donating polycarbonate, carbon fiber, and protective fabric. When doing so, you gain 1 proficiency level, but cannot be higher than your expertise level. As you see, at the time of me recording this video, my expertise level is only 2. So even if I wanted to upgrade my Walker and Harris to a higher level than 2, it would stop me, as my personal expertise level needs to be on par as well. So if I get to expertise level 3, I can upgrade my own gear, weapon, or whatever item you prefer to upgrade to a max of 3, and so further. So the higher you come into an expertise level, the higher you can upgrade a preferred gear or weapon. Now let's talk materials. What and exactly how many do we need to upgrade your gear, weapon, or skill? While working on getting the information myself, another agent already had all the data and was kind enough to share it through his Twitter profile. We'll of course leave the link to his Twitter profile down below, so if you want to follow this kind man, please do so. With this information, I made a chart again to show you what we exactly need to upgrade our build. So let's start with the armor materials, and Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna read through every single step, so don't worry about that, but I made it in 4 different columns. 1 to 5%, 6 to 10%, 11 to 15%, and 16 to 20%. Because almost every time the materials change. It's the same for the skills and it's the same for the weapons. And as you can see, for the armor, for the first 5% we need polycarbonate, carbon fiber and protective fabric. Those are the 3 materials that you need to donate from 1 to 5% or 1 to level 5 then of course. From 6 to 10 it changes a little bit. You need carbon fiber, field recon and protective fabric. After that, you have 11 to 15%. You need shade calibration, field recon data, and exotic components. Yes, guys, we need to donate exotic components as well to get up to that higher tier of our proficiency or getting, of course, a higher percentage of armor on our gear. And then it's the same for 16 to 20. Shade calibration, field recon and exotic components. So for a total armor materials from 1 to 20, so if you want to donate from level 1 to level 20, getting that 20% extra armor on that piece of gear, it will set you back 1525 polycarbonate, 2625 carbon fiber, 4500 protective fabric, 480 field recon data, 165 SHD calibration and a whooping 110 exotic components. And we're only talking about 1 piece of armor. This is all just for 1 piece of armor. So for example, take your mask. If you want to get your mask from 1 to 20%, it will set you back this insane amount of materials. The polycarbonate, the carbon fiber and the protective fabric are pretty easy to come by, but the field recon, SHD calibration and the exotic components are a little bit harder to get. But what really set me back was the 110 exotic components. Of course we will get an extra 20% armor on that 1 piece of gear and that is huge, but 110 exotic components, that's gonna be a big grind. So let's jump over to our next one and let's jump over to the weapon materials. So just like with the armor materials, we need a different amount of materials. The last 10% is exactly the same and will be the same for the skill materials as well, while we only need field recon data, SHD calibration and exotic components. Only the lower percentage, so from 1 to 5 will need steel, titanium and receiver components, while from 6 to 10 we need titanium, field recon and receiver components. So whenever you reach that 5%, the steel will fall away and titanium, field recon and receiver components will be your next materials needed. The total weapon materials from 1 to 20% needed is 1525 steel, 2625 titanium, 4500 receiver components, 480 field recon data, 165 SHD calibration, and again 110 exotic components. All this won't change. All the total materials from 1 to 20 will be exactly the same amount, but of course will be something different as we are upgrading a different thing in the game. As we had armor, now we're up on weapons, so let's skip over to the skill materials. So for the skill materials, we need ceramics, electronics and printer filament for the first 5%. And after that, from 6 to 10%, we lose ceramics, we need electronics, field recon data and printer filament to upgrade from 6 to 10%. And then again, 11 to 20%, we only need field recon, SHD and exotic components. And like I said, it's exactly the same as the armor materials and the weapon materials to get it up to that 20%. So 1525 ceramics, 2625 electronics, 4500 printer filaments, and of course then the 480 field recon data, the 165 SHG calibration, and the 110 exotic components. So these are all the materials to upgrade it to a max of 20%. And if you ask me, that's pretty high, especially the exotic components. That's gonna be a grind. So if you wanna upgrade your 3 weapons, it's gonna set you back 330 exotic components. If you upgrade your whole build, so the 6 pieces on your build, if of course all the 6 pieces are a different brand set and or are exotics, it's gonna set you back 666 exotic components, going up to that 990 exotic components. And then of course next to that we have our 2 skills, what also gives us an upgrade of 220 exotic components, counting up to a whopping 1210 exotic components to fully upgrade just one build. So it's gonna set you back a lot of exotic materials. So yeah, I think like the base materials are pretty decent. You can get up to that 5 or probably that 10% pretty quickly. But after that 10%, the grind is gonna be real, guys. It's gonna be pushing you towards farming more exotic components, and of course the field recon data and the SHG calibration, what are also materials that aren't that easy to come by. But yeah guys, that's pretty much all the information that I wanted to give you and can give you about this new expertise system. Of course I will keep an eye on if anything changes, because we just finished phase 1 of the PTS. We will get 2 more phases, so maybe they are changing some things. And again, keep in mind, this is the PTS, thus everything is subject to change. So maybe some materials will go up and some materials go down, but we will have to see when it goes live on the game. And of course I will keep you updated if they change something through phase 2 or even phase 3. But guys, that's pretty much all the information, and I kinda like it. We have a new incentive to grind again. We can feel more powerful and of course get more armor in there as well, because we can get to up to that 60% armor boost, and even with a full red build you will become a lot tankier and you will do a lot more damage output as you're upgrading your weapons as well. I think this is a great addition to the game, and of course with the other things coming in year 4, because countdown won't be the only thing that will be added to the game, guys. There's a lot more coming to year 4, and I'm very hyped that we're finally hearing something about it, and I love how they're communicating now and just be transparent to us instead of that months of silence that we had before. But let me know in the comments down below what you like about this, and of course if this is enough information for you, or hit me up with any questions, whatever you have. Let me know in the comments down below. But for now, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button, and of course notification bell. PurePrime out.